what's better than talking to Lisa Peshnik, who actually understands much more about this than I do. So please give a very warm welcome to Lisa Peshnik, the project manager from What a Venture.
Hi.
Very nice to have you here, Lisa.
Great to be
Rather than trying to download all the information that you're carrying about the hackathon, I thought far better, why don't we ask you? So tell me, what is the idea behind it?
Well, and generally, a hackathon is just that you have a certain amount of people who are willing to work on an idea, on a challenge, and in a very limited amount of time. So they get a challenge. In this case, it was even 4 different challenges, and they get 24 hours to work on a solution. In our case, it was a business hackathon, meaning that they worked on the business side of the challenge rather than on the technical elements.
Is that quite unusual? Is this something that happens a lot? Because I've seen technical challenges like this before. I haven't come across a business one, and that seems rather good.
Well, that's the part what we from What a Venture really specialize on. We work with teams to guiding them from their idea to investment readiness. So really getting them fit in their business model in a really short amount of time. And so that's what we try to do.
So how were the people who took part chosen?
They actually volunteered.
Crazy guys.
Yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic. And they've given up how long to do this?
They gave up over 24 hours to work intensely on this project. It's actually really interesting because they just met yesterday at 1:00 p.m. That's when they got presented to the challenges, and that's only when they started getting to know each other, getting to know which kind of people they might need for their challenge, and in the end, solving the whole problem.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. And so presumably this is creating multidisciplinary approach with lots of different skills coming together.
That's right. So we try to get as many people together with different skills so they can just add up and add to a perfect team in the end. And this time we even have support from Vevivas to build perfect slides in the end.
Did they choose which project they worked on, or did you tell them?
No, they were allowed to choose. That much freedom they were allowed to get given.
Okay, well, I think they deserve a round of applause, whatever the result. So now, I'm going to ask you, if you wouldn't mind, just to introduce them and to tell us a little, only a little, because they will tell us in detail about each of the projects. Lisa.
Yeah, so we had 3 companies who were willing enough and nice enough to give us 3 really stunning challenges. It's great to know because it's actually stuff that they've been working on and they've been dealing with, and it gives relevance to the whole project. So all the teams have actually provided some value over the last 24 hours and not just that had fun and games. So on the one side, we have the AIT, the Austrian Institute of Technology, who proposed the challenge of providing an IoT infrastructure for health issues, meaning that they want to also address other target groups rather than just those people who are very addicted to their smartphone. Then we also have the Wiener Stadtwerke, who proposed a challenge of how to utilize all the different motion profiles that are available to them through the different companies they have, and how they could use it in a new business model. And finally, we also have Wien Energie, who proposed the challenge of how can you guarantee an e-car user their parking spot at a garage or wherever they want to charge their car.
Excellent. Well, thank you for explaining that. And the way this is going to work is that each team, in that order, will come up here, and they have 3 minutes, just 3 minutes, in which to describe what it is they've done and why, and what the results might be. So we will then, as an audience, have a chance to participate and to vote on who we think is the best and the most likely to succeed. I will ask you to do that as soon as they have described. I will then take the moment to wrap up 2 days in about 3 minutes, so no pressure there. And after which, towards the end of that, I'm going to ask our technical experts to give us the results of your votes. So you will have about 2 or 3 minutes in which to vote, and the instructions are going to appear on the screen in a moment. If you haven't already done it, please find the link, go on, find the voting and the Password is forum, F-O-R-U-M, in capitals, F-O-R-U-M. And please vote for whichever the ones you think is the best out of the three once we've heard from all three of them. So let's let them get on with it, shall we?
Perfect.
Thank you, Lisa. Can we hear from the first team, please?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity to present our idea. It was an exciting 2 days, and we're very happy with the results. I hope you are as well. Quick question. Who goes to a new place every day? Just with show of hands. Those of you who didn't raise your hand, you are not alone. I don't. I usually go to the same places, take the same paths, and do the same things. Why do I do that? Because we don't know the hidden paths. So, for a citizen of a city, or a tourist, or a small kid, or a large kid, or an elderly person, when they don't know the hidden paths, they don't engage in anything new. So, we have a solution. We are Exity, the exciting city. We create engaging journeys for all. You ask, what does it mean? How do we do it? We use NFC, and it enables guided storytelling based on your interests. You take a token, and you let the journey begin. You let the signage guide you to your first destination. And then based on your interests, you can follow different paths. It could be art, it could be history, it could be architecture. And in the end, once you've completed your journey, you will be rewarded. Could it be a coffee at the Café Sperl? Could it be a reduced ticket at the Mumok? Regardless, but you'll always know how many steps it took you to get there. If you are excited as we are, please vote. If you are a cultural institution in tourism, in city planning, or a technology enabler, let's excite together. Thank you very much, and please vote.
I can't get a signal.
So this is my team. We solved the problem for the Wiener Stadtwerke, and we hope to find a very, very well solution that will take place, and you will maybe experience it next year or next time when you visit Vienna. Just imagine Sissy arrives at the Vienna airport one day, and she has an appointment with Franz in the evening, where he may proposes marriage to her. And she thinks maybe there's plenty of time, but is there really plenty of time? She's hungry and she wants to have lunch, and she wants to listen to a concert of Mozart because he's in town. It's the only concert in Europe given. And but she's new in town. She does not know how long traveling in town will take. So that's where our idea has a focus. Sorry. Should she maybe skip lunch to be on time? But when she's hungry, and it's not good because hungry girls don't accept proposals. And maybe she should skip the concert of Mozart, but it's the only concert he gives in Europe at all. And we are all sissy one time and face similar problems when we are new in towns. Wouldn't it be nice to have a guide that solves all these problems for you? So invented S2F. And thank good for the Wiener Linien take care of Sissy. The only thing she needs is her smartphone. And for the app, we gathered lots of data and connected the dots. We proved it with a setting, while setting up a prototype of the service using smartphones, hotspots, and beacons to track the motion profiles of all travelers. So we make sure to provide a customized service. We will guide you through the town, making sure you get in time to your appointment and visit all the interesting places in a very relaxing way. We will notify you when to get off the bus, vibrating your smartphone, where to change, in which direction to go, or if it would be better to use Uber or maybe an e-bike. We also provide suggestions where to have lunch or to eat a Sachertorte with a discount, and that is part of our affiliate program because earning money is important. S2F will take care of you. Everything is in one app, and even the payment for all the different services. So if you want Sissy to marry friends, vote for us. Vote for S2F, because S2F stands for Sissy to France. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Bea. That's my group. Where are you? Here. And at first, I've got a question. Who of you has an e-car? You have an e-car? There's another one. Okay, so congrats, you're the first movers. Now, I think you understand our problem, and you maybe gonna be very happy by solving that. You know that? You know that, yeah? Some kind of naughty fuel car just blocking your charging station because they can. What we are trying to solve is that we're gonna put you with the e-car there to charge. For Wien Energie, the problem is that they can sell some energy or more energy because of the fuel cars or no charging e-cars. And the only one who doesn't care about that is the parking place owner. So what we will do with them? How can we make them happy? We're gonna do the park and charge module to solve these problems. The solution, it would be a shop-in-shop model where Wien Energie is renting the slots for the e-cars. So they can do their own kind of pricing model for the e-car charging, which would be to just have a lower price for the parking and charging e-cars, whereas have a higher price for other cars blocking that slots. So they get punished for the blocking, yeah, some kind of education. Wien Energie, we need some kind of corporations for that, because we have to co-fund the rental for the e-car slots. That could be some kind of manufacturers or the city, because the city wants more e-cars in the city, so they have maybe interest of co-funding that project. At least we have service to offer, a kind of app where the e-car drivers could reserve a slot in advance, so they get a guarantee that the slot is free, and they will be happy, because finally they can charge their cars by parking. So our big picture is to motivate car slot rentals owners to get into that kind of business model and to increase the partners in that cooperation. The next step will be that we can maybe like tomorrow start a prototype where we just check with WhatsApp or SMS if the reservation thing is a good one, and check the parking slots with a human being, so that we can guarantee that the e-cars can use the charging. Yeah, that's the business model right now.
Thank you very much. Well done, all of you. And thank you for your presentations. Well, this is the moment when you get to vote. Have your say. Can we please have the slide up, Matthias? That will show us. It's coming. There we go. So if you haven't already done it, this is how you do it. Go onto the website http://fbr.io. It's just fbr.io. Enter the code forum and press join. And hopefully you will find on there the 3 options to vote for. So it's AIT, Austrian Institute of Technology, Wiener Stadtwerke, and Wien Energie. And we're getting votes coming in all the time, which is great. We won't show the results just yet. Keep you in suspense for a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to keep that page open for a little bit longer. You've got another minute or 2 in which to place your vote. And the organizers have said to me, it would be great if I could just try and sum up the last day, because I summed up yesterday, to sum up today in a few minutes. And we've heard an awful lot. But one of the things that I keep being reminded about is that no CEO that I'm aware of ever leapt out of bed saying, we need an IoT system. Do they ever get up demanding an IoT system? Of course they don't. They have a problem with their product or their service. They want to turn their products into services to digitize their company. They want to develop the company with new revenues. They want to explore new options. But they don't start by saying an IoT system is what I need. We have to persuade them that there is a way of delivering what they need. And what we'll probably find we have to do, each of us individually, is to work in partnerships. Because I've heard it from Microsoft, I've heard it from SAP, I've heard it from IBM. You name a company of any scale, and even they will say, we do not have all of the answers. Every single organization working in the Internet of Things has to work on the basis of an ecosystem of partnerships. And that's pretty healthy, actually, because it kind of encourages us to think a little afresh about what it is that we do within our own organization. I don't know if you're the same, but every time in my history at work, when I've been asked to describe what it is I do, I had to think. I had to stop and actually analyze what it is I do instead of just getting on and doing it. It makes you think harder about what it is you do. It makes think harder about why it is that you do it. And if we're talking to these new business partners, this is an opportunity for us to think afresh about how we mesh together and how we make business a bit more effective. So what have we learned today? Michael Rufer of VGF in Germany described the work that they're doing on tram safety. But they were pretty smart about it. They didn't say, we have to start again at grassroots level. We have to build everything from scratch and reinvent the wheel. They knew that there were possibilities if they started by thinking, what other software out there might there be that we can actually apply to our own circumstance? So they looked in the automotive space, and immediately they found automotive hardware and software that would enable them to deliver a very quick safety solution. So they cut the time to market drastically. I'm sure there are ways in which it could be improved and enhanced, and I think he kind of hinted at that. But there's no substitute for getting there faster. So you do need to be able to think laterally in your business. Don't always just plow the same particular route that you've been following. It was mentioned earlier by Dietmar Dahmen, Tesla's Elon Musk, Gutenberg, the printer. They didn't just carry on doing what had been done before. They thought again about how it might be done and delivered something that, in the end, the world decided it did need. Dietmar Dahmen, in his inimitable style, which I neither have the skills nor the suit for, would have said, only superheroes break through walls. But he went on to say that each and every one of you out there is in your own way capable of being that kind of superhero. If you understand where it is you want to get to with the service that you'd like to provide, and you're completely fixed on it, don't be deflected. You might find that for a while you get some funny looks. You might even get laughed at. But the chances are, if your idea is good enough and you believe in it, you might be able to provide something that your company would never, ever have thought of. And with your team, you can deliver it. So don't be deflected. We can all be those superheroes. Sigrid Perkelbauer from Switzerland's Roads Authority described 2 development paths. And this is applicable, her lesson is applicable in so many areas. It's either a question of evolution or revolution. You don't have to be the superhero who breaks down walls and does things in a way that's never been done, though that is a very valid option. You could also take what has already been done, as we saw from Michael Rufer in the automotive sector, and reinvent it, evolve it, turn it into what you need, use somebody else's start and take it further. That's really what ecosystems are all about. So evolution, yes, easier but slower. Revolution, faster, but maybe it hurts more. And she was right to point out that there are risks, because sometimes what we do has unintended consequences. And she pointed out that in her case, they're very concerned that suddenly roads will become far more attractive than they ever were before, and that the traffic will increase. That's not their intended objective. So they have to think carefully about the law of unintended consequences. I was lucky enough to be able to meet this panel that had been assembled by the organizers on autonomous systems. And there was quite an array of talent from quite an interesting range of companies. And autonomous systems, it seems, are not just something in the future that's coming. They are here, either semi-autonomous in the airline industry or autonomous systems that are now in play in automotive. And we can start to see these in pilot projects. We can see them pretty soon in commercial applications. And again, yes, there are risks, but they offer rewards to consumers in smoother, safer air travel and faster, more economical, more environmentally friendly road travel that enables people who are housebound, the elderly, with no particular access to a vehicle, to be able to get out, children to be taken to ballet lessons or to soccer, to get out. Sometimes these are going to be possibilities that we hadn't even contemplated. And people like Uber are out there not just to take on the taxi companies. They're thinking way further ahead than that. They're thinking about how they can take on the car rental companies now. But the next generation is they're going to be taking on the car manufacturers. Because if you can rely on having an Uber when you need one, or other brands may apply, well, why would you need the BMW, the Mercedes, the Ford? You don't need to own that car, perhaps. So the whole model of transport and mobility is going to be changing. You just need to look at what the possibilities are. They could be completely different from what you're currently thinking are the limitations at the moment. And yes, there will be failures. We touched on that in the panel. And they didn't say if, they said when. And that's a horrible thought, because people may get hurt. But if you are providing the best effort service and people are convinced that you're delivering something that provides the safest possible environment at the best possible price, and that you are concerned about their well-being, and you are concerned about protecting their identity and their privacy, then yes, it's just possible that they will live with those risks, just as we live with the risks every time we set foot on a plane. Jürgen Imhoff from Microsoft Microsoft said data is valuable if you use it well. And I used to write for the shipping and transport sector, and I used to write about the containers that he was describing and the cargo handling through ports. So I, for one, was astonished to hear that they aren't just narrowing the gap for collection of containers for every truck down to a few minutes. It's 20 seconds. And if you're there within the 20 seconds, you're able to get your truck loaded. And if you don't, you're toast. So what can be done now with a little bit of thinking that is probably similar to the kind of thinking that Toyota showed back in manufacturing in the 1980s and 90s with just-in-time, is something that's going to refresh exactly what we're doing in all sorts of unexpected ways. We're going to be looking at industries with in a new light. And certainly Microsoft seem to be doing that right at the moment. As he said, start with one sensor on the things that you already have. Don't try and make it too big, too fast. You can scale it later. Test it. Don't wait. Do it now. Go home. When you get back to your business, consider doing it right now. Start with one sensor on something you already own and see if you can make it work. Francesco Romano showed how Trenitalia used IoT to catch up with its rivals, despite the fact that he was very ready to admit they don't have such new trains. Their trains are older, they break down more, and yet by the intelligent use of data, they were able to close the gap on their main rival, Italo. And now they're providing a comparable service on their high-speed rail lines. But to do it, they needed to bring in outside expertise, so they worked with partners to do it. And I loved it. They created diagnostics for dummies. I'm going to get a copy of that. So that's enough for now. I want to go straight to the results of the hackathon, if we can. So could we see the page, please, Matthias, and let's see which organization has won. Let's see those results. Number 2, Wiener Stadtwerke. Congratulations. Please come up. I will do. I need just to do. Okay.
Thank you so much. And the prize is a ticket for the Austrian Innovation Forum and a design workshop is Herrnstein Institute.
Thank you very much. Well done. Okay, I'm going to sit down in a moment, but I wanted to just draw those strands together. Yeah? It is, for us, IoT is about data. It is about sharing that data. It is about privacy, so you only share that data with the people you should share it with. And it is, above all, as I said at the beginning of these 2 days, it's not about things, despite the fact that we call it the Internet of Things. It is about people and the services that we deliver. We could talk all day about what might be included next year, but for now, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. You did an outstanding, marvelous job. A big, big hand for Jeremy. The best moderator I could have imagined.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the M-Time and IoT Forum. I would like to say thank you to everybody for making this real, all the partners, and I would special mention 2 team members, Barbara Schneeweiss and Katharina Zauner. Please come to me on the stage. Barbara, Kathi. Thank you so much, Barbara. You did a tremendous job. Kathi, thank you. And I would like to thank you all, guys. You are the M-Time and IoT Forum. I hope you enjoyed the forum. What can I say? Have a safe and good journey home. See you next year. Thank you.